Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. My name is Artieka.
And I am Tommy.
Are you sure?
I am Tommy. I say that like I am Groot. I am Tommy.
Today, we are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 15. The episode is wrongly titled Cheat and Retreat. I think it should be called Married at First Sight Clue. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. What was that?
When I edit it, I'm gonna put the subscribe thing right here.
Oh, okay.
You just want to see what that do.
Sorry, you gotta let me know about things like that beforehand.
I just thought about it. I was like,
okay.
oh, let me see. It works.
Okay, so as I told Tommy, we ain't talking about none of these other couples. Just run through them real quick.
So wait, I am truly shooting from the hip today.
I know he ain't write a single solitary note and missed the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, not a word.
One and Karla did an ADT ad. I was like, they not gonna be together. Why are we doing this?
Was it awkward?
It was just like they were in bed, like, maybe we should get ADT for our place. Karla and Juan could be a good high time.
Yeah.
With this guitar and the fire pit.
Yeah. That's all they needed to get the party started.
Karla had one.
So
and
who
it seemed like when they walked back in the house.
That was Juan's guitar?
Yeah, remember he packed it on the way out. Camile and Thomas are really our auntie and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna say yes on decision day. That's really all I got for them. Ain't no other couples, right?
No, because Emem was just there.
Emem had already gotten her divorce paper.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that because I was sick last week.
Because you sick.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that?
This Negro showed up with a green file folder and one divorce paper and was like, sign this.
They never explained that, did they?
No, he couldn't have.
No, he said, I think I heard him say it was for a technicality or just to say that you did it type thing. I don't know what his purpose was.
Let's not make TV to say we did it. Because that's what that is then. Yeah. If it's a technicality. Yeah, so that's it. We can jump to this week.
All right.
So everything is happening in relation to Michelle, David, and the possible cheating that we do find out at the end is real cheating. So it starts out with Michelle being upset that she feels like everybody thinks that she's blown this out of proportion, and they started walking off on her and shutting her down during the conversation at dinner. And everybody is like, nah, we didn't shut you down. It was just, if we're addressing David about this and David said we not talking about it, what we gonna do?
Right. Keep talking about it.
They was like, Madison got up and left. I was like, Madison got up angry and was ready to leave because she was guilty.
Yeah.
So how did I get here? David.
So let's talk about.
I'm confused. My notes are in the wrong order.
What?
Because I started off with the he just wanted some tender love and care, bro. I was like, about his wife, don't call me bro.
So who? Let's do it like for the scenes, because obviously we know that Michelle spent this whole episode as a private investigator because she was not satisfied with the conversation that she had with David about spending time with or cheating on her with the girl named Tiffany. She was like, no, that's not it. Gotta be Madison. So when I walked in, or what I remember first, she was sitting down talking to Emem and
Camile.
and and she was just expressing to them that she doesn't believe he told her the truth.
And I think this was just to bring Camille up to speed because she had already had all of this conversation with Emem on the drive up. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
This was just to get Camille brought up to speed.
Michelle had that conversation. But the thing in that conversation, and throughout the whole episode, my whole thing was, but you didn't care about this marriage. And I've been trying to figure out what is it that you just want the satisfaction of saying, see, I told you?
Yes. And the reason I say yes is because remember at the very ending when he went outside and told Allan, because David never even had a conversation with Michelle about it. He went and told Allan what happened. Michelle was like, so you got something you want to say to me? And he was like, I'm sorry. She was like, for what? And he was like, for lying. She's like, about what? And he was like, the text message, Tiffany, cheating, Madison, all of it. And she was like, okay. Like, she was waiting on him to say something else. I'm like, you're not going to get anything else out of this. You got the satisfaction that you want. She was like, hey, you made me look crazy. He was like, nah, you made yourself look crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't take back every nice thing that I said about David for the first however many episodes. Yeah. But in that moment, I still think that you are crazy. Mm-hmm. You are being vindictive. And maybe vindictive isn't the word. Maybe that's not the right word. But you were being crazy. You knew you didn't like him. And you finally had your gotcha. I don't have to be the bad guy. I don't have to be Alyssa the Chris. Yeah. I don't have to be the bad person.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like relish in this. Mm-hmm. So tell me what you apologizing for. Explain it. Give me everything. And he's like, all right, still don't want to be with you. Like that's how it ends.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in that conversation, I was like, the satisfaction of knowing that he emotionally cheated, and he probably did cheat on her.
Oh, that's coming up next week.
Yeah.
But I believe he did definitely cheat on her.
He probably did cheat on her.
Like physically.
Yeah. But the idea that they were in a real relationship is, in my opinion, I know a lot of people disagree with this because they're like, marriage is marriage, which I agree with. Like, I wouldn't do that to you, but for a person that I didn't know, that I went on a show, that every turn I was turned down, I'm going to stick it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only going with the idea that they had to stick it out because of contracts. They either lost somebody. I'm going to put it like this. If it's stay here and get fully paid or leave early and don't, I'm going to stay.
That's why people show up to everything. Even when like you remember, I think it was Nashville, Dom and McKinley. They were still like there for like 2 or 3 episodes after they called it quits. It's like there is no need for you to still be around being filmed. But that also would take like Emem out of the rotation because Emem knows her relationship wasn't going anywhere, but she still was showing up to things. And it's like we have contractually obligated you guys to show up to everything that is on your call sheet, regardless.
Yeah.
So hello, come on.
I want to, if I have to make that decision of keep showing up or don't, and if I don't show up, I ain't gonna get paid. But if I do show up, I'm gonna get paid. I just have to deal with this person until it's over. I'm showing up every time because I signed up to be married at first sight. This ain't working for me. Because we have to not forget that both of them they both have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And even though they are married, they don't like each other. They don't love each other. They ain't even friends with each other, especially after this weekend. First off, who want to be friends with David? From her standpoint, where David has basically given up hope on them, right? Mm-hmm. And then for David's standpoint, who want to be friends with a person like that? Right. So that's why I'm assuming David stuck it out and didn't just, quit. But anyway, let's go back to the conversation. I feel like that's the best way for us to review this. Because I know you I'm with you. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. So because I got nothing. Yeah, I know it. I got you back though. I got the notes. Yeah. I don't have the notes. I just know what happened. So then after Emem, Camile, and Michelle talked, they basically said you need to talk to Madison. Mm-hmm. At that point. And so Madison, the conversation between Madison and Michelle, she basically came out with it. Like she tried to sugarcoat it at first and then she finally came out. Was that text to you? Mm-hmm. Now, myself personally felt like that wasn't the correct question to ask. Because how would I know if a text message was to me? If I didn't send a message. Right. How am I supposed to know if a text message was for me if I didn't send the message? Unless you guys joked about it. Or if I didn't receive the message, because she never received the message. Allegedly. No, they came out with it. Like at the end. I have to go off of what I saw on TV. Why he always lying? Anyway. He lies. Anyway, she the question should have been, are you and David fooling around? Mm-hmm. That's the question. But she never would have got the answer. Right. Because nope, we're gonna stick with this conversation here. No. I'm saying like that should have been the answer, because they can't even prove any correspondences with each other. Yeah. That was the other. Automatically looks really fishy. That was the other issue, but we're going to get to it. So she says, no, this didn't happen. And Michelle wasn't satisfied with that answer, which I don't get. Why wasn't she satisfied with that answer? She wasn't going to be satisfied with any answer other than yes. Yeah, because in her mind, she was like, I'm spiraling. But in her mind, she was right. Mm-hmm. All along, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you now, she's a person that I would hate working with. Oh, yeah, I would. Because if you be like, I forgot to send the email. Well, why did you forget to send the email? You'd be like, shut up. I'll pop you in the mouth. Forgot. Doesn't matter why. But, that conversation basically went nowhere because the answer that Madison gave was not sufficient enough for Michelle to let it go. Mm. And I think that's what David and Madison was trying to get for Michelle to do is just let it go. Mm-hmm. And we can ride this thing out to the end. Mm-hmm. But then I think after that, we went to them having a game night or playing a game, which it was dumb questions in there. But it was their question. Yeah, it was their. And who's who's the person to get caught cheating? You then also know who came up with those questions. Thomas is the most oblivious person to all of what's going on. I don't think he was so oblivious. He's just quiet. No. But I'm saying, think about the exchanges. Yeah. Because David isn't sharing anything with the guys, right? Right. But no, David's sharing with the guys, but he's not sharing that. No, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Like Thomas would be the most oblivious to what's going on around him with this, because Emem knows, Camile knows, Madison knows that her and David are messing off with each other. Of course, Michelle is in on it because she's the ringleader of all of this. Michelle then groups Allan in, because first it was Allan and Thomas that were in the dark about everything. Yeah. And Juan is just like, bro, what happened? So I don't think Thomas is oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is because when they were sitting at the table on episode 14, Thomas asked about, so is it about the marriage or is it about him lying?
No. I'm talking about being Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
I think he knew.
I'm sure.
It's hard to be in that house the way that she was moving around to really think that he didn't know. They think it's Madison and David. It's hard to believe that.
Yeah, because I'm sure he and Camille have talked about this.
They talked about that.
But
that's what they talked about before they went to sleep. Before Allan was.
It was literally, let me put my feet on you, babe.
You ain't gonna believe what's happening. They talk to each other. They probably talked to each other on the ride up here.
But he was like, I ain't getting in it. And he went to sleep.
Right. Like Thomas was like, it ain't my business. And when I have to say something, I will.
Mm-hmm. But he did ask a great question. Is it about the marriage or is it about the cheating?
Oh, that was the best question that has been asked from anybody on this season.
Didn't get answered.
It did not.
I wanted Keisha to pull that question back
because
out
that
again.
question, the answer is, it is not about the marriage.
It's not even about him cheating.
It's about him lying and her just looking for something. Anyway, So they playing this game and Thomas says he would be the person to be caught cheating. Mm-hmm. And he took it for a literal thing. Everybody else said David. Mm-hmm. Everybody, because David
they was like, well, I mean.
It happened.
Here we are.
The funny thing about that whole scene to me was David was pretty much trying to take everything on the chin. Mm-hmm. Like, you got me. And he was trying to take more of the pressure because of Madison. And
that's what you do for your girl.
That's what you do. You do take you bear the front. But then we go to Michelle and Allan. Mm-hmm. And this is the first time we hear Allan thinking out loud that something is going on between David and Michelle, because we've heard him say
David and
Madison. We've heard him say, you don't hug me like you hug David. We've heard him hint David's name, like, why would they be doing that? Type of deal. But this is the first time we see it click, like they could be together, like all the pieces fit for them to be.
Mm-hmm. It was like, do you think they have each other's numbers?
The thing that does not fit, though, to me, is why was it Madison? What happened that made her think Madison?
She said why.
What was it?
She said they were all together.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't there.
Yeah.
But she knew that it was Allan, Madison, and Karla out together. And she says that the way that the message was worded, it didn't seem as if it was a person that he was texting out the blue. Because if someone texts you something and you were responding to the text message, you wouldn't have gone out of the message to go back into the message to respond to it. But if you looked across the bar at somebody, saw them, you would be like, hey, you look so good, I want to eat you up.
Yeah.
Text it to him. My name starts with the M. Her name starts with the M. He just hit the wrong M.
So
that's what she said.
Right. So I get that part. Mm-hmm. But my part is, why would, like, in a million years, if he says, Tiffany, I saw a girl named Tiffany across the room.
He didn't say he saw a girl named Tiffany.
Well, I'm just saying, like, she came up with this whole scenario without knowing about them going out and going to a bar. Mm-hmm. Because I think she didn't find out about them until they went to something.
What do you mean?
She didn't find out that David went out with them until after.
She found it out when
they
went
to yoga.
Yeah,
right?
When they went to yoga.
But that was after before. No, that was after she told Emem a small thing thinks it's Madison.
Was that after?
Yeah, because that was the beginning of the episode.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so I've always wondered, why did she piece Madison there? But then it's like the more and more you reveal things, the more and more you know, okay,
when I don't like someone, and I don't mean that in a negative way, right?
Yeah.
But like if I don't like someone, or even not even if I do or don't, when you're watching people's interactions from the outside looking in, you can see things being a lot more, you can't, but you can see things being a lot more flirty than they're trying to make it be, right? And I think that that's what has happened is she's probably seen interactions between them that maybe they don't know that she saw. Because, like, maybe they go to the gym in the building. Maybe she just happened to, like, go downstairs and peeked in one day.
Yeah.
And was like,
keep that in my back pocket type deal.
Or, like, us all going out to do something. The conversation between the two of them lingers a little bit too long while I'm talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then with Karla saying, yeah, he came out with us at the next spot. But then Camille was like, I was there too. And no, Karla was like, she was like, let's ditch the guys. But then David shows up.
Allan didn't know that.
Right.
When she told Allan that, Allan was like, why would he show up?
Right. Because they were all there together.
And then they said
let's ditch the guys, the guys should be going back to the house.
Right.
Why would this one guy
end
up back with them? And then leave Karla solo dancing by herself.
The one question I found it to be funny was when Madison asked after Michelle messed up Allan's retreat, because she completely messed up his retreat. You feel your heart goes, my heart sunk.
You just want to give him a hug.
You'd be like, bro, just bring it in, man. Bring it in, because man, because even before that conversation, he had told Madison, they went like go-karting. He had told Madison that he cares for her deeply, even though she don't care for him. I don't think that's what was said, but even though she didn't really want him, he cares for her deeply. And then for her to tell him, put this idea in his head, and he was pissed.
He spent $3,000. Take it back.
Yeah.
Take it all back.
I'll take some of it back because he was wearing that jacket.
I wouldn't have kept the jacket because it makes me think of you and all your betrayal.
Not all of his betrayal.
Her betrayal.
But so he told her that, and like, man, your heart just goes out for him, because you know at that moment he was like, this girl has been, no wonder she hadn't
giving me a chance.
Giving me a shot, because she been giving him the shot.
Cheeks.
And then just everything that has, like, if you look at it, her going out all the time. Was that her going out with David? And
then he conveniently works at night, so he could take off work. And nobody would ever know.
No.
And one of the things is everybody still has their own places. So that's also easy to still do whatever you want.
I'm going to just go to your house or you go to my house. Well, David was probably going to her house. Because, you know, he stays at home. Like, why would I bring that to my mom's door?
I want to know, how does cousin Debbie feel about this? Ain't that her name?
I wonder, do she know?
She know now.
I'm talking, it's Diane or Denise. It's Denise.
Look,
Debbie and Diane. Denise.
Cousin D.
No, I'm saying, I wonder, do she know about Madison and him at this point? Because she knew about him being rejected from Michelle. But anyway, to continue on in this episode, after the conversation with Michelle and Allan, I think Michelle has the second conversation with Madison. And this is where Madison tries to prove that her and David only talks about gym stuff, or they don't text regularly or something like that. But why would she do that knowing that she deleted the text messages?
That deleting messages looks so guilty.
It does. It does. Who deletes their text messages?
So guilty. I remember on Real Housewives of Potomac, Juan always deleted his text messages.
Yeah.
And I was like, cause he guilty. He be cheating.
like if you a person that deletes your text messages, you have to do that from the start. You have to be like, it gets so far and not delete, and they delete on their own.
But there's a setting I know in my phone, and I'm sure in yours too, because we don't have external memory anymore.
Yeah.
Where your older messages just
you can delete them.
They just go away after so much time.
Mm-hmm. But we ain't talking about years.
This has been 7 weeks of knowing a person.
Right.
Your messages haven't deleted in 7 weeks.
You didn't delete your message. You did,
You didn't delete messages from David without purpose.
Right. Because
in 7 weeks of knowing each other.
Because she said, Madison was like, we text about the gym. Mm-hmm. But then you get to your phone and you don't have a message about the gym from David.
Not a DM. She was like, I follow him, but we don't talk on there. And then I was like, why did we start in the DMs?
Her 29-year-old self did, because a 30-plus-year-old or just a normal person that's trying to get out of a lie.
I would not have started in my DMs.
Would have said, we only text about the gym. And I would have deleted every message that wasn't about the gym.
I would have sat there. I would have went. I need to use the restroom real quick, because that's the only place I know that I can go in this house where nobody's following me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the bathroom real quick. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to delete these messages. I probably would have sent him one message that I would like, delete this. Mm-hmm. But I'm going through and deleting all of our text exchanges.
Yeah. You should do the same.
We're caught.
That's basically, after that conversation, she knew it.
Yeah.
Because I think after they had that conversation, that's when Jay, the producer, came and was like, what's up?
Jay was like, is it true?
And she was like, I wonder, did they talk to each other and say, hey, we got to get out of this. Okay, so
that was what I told you happened last night when it finally went to commercial.
When they
I was like, the fact that they came downstairs and had the most unawkward, I like you, but I'm married. I like you too, but I'm married conversation. This conversation, they sat down and texted each other to figure out, all right, Jay had a hot mic. I know they caught me saying this. We got to fess up now. Let's just go on and do it because everybody's here.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about like, at what point did they talk to each other about the situation? Because
about what situation?
About them. Because it's that conversation was like, once you said it and I replayed it in my mind, I was like, that was the fakest conversation
It was
ever.
So fake.
Because for her to be like, I like you, and him to be like, oh, I'm glad you said that, I like you too. Y'all been like,
and I want to see where this is gonna go.
Y'all been, doing your thing.
I was born in the morning.
But it I was born at night, but not last night.
But I was born in the morning, and it wasn't this morning.
But it's like you sit there, you look at their conversation, and you're like, at what point did y'all decide that, hey, we're gonna lie our way out of this, and then eventually tell the folks? And then it's like, Why? Allan gave her an out. Allan said, if you don't like me, just tell me. We can end it. And we ain't no hard feelings.
Yeah. This water is getting to me.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Anyway, so they had that conversation. And this is after David talks to. And that's another thing I had an issue with. David talked to Allan.
Mm-hmm. He said because he considered them to be friends.
Yeah. Oh, this was before David talked to Allan. Not Michelle, but Madison and David sat down and, hashed out the I like yous type of thing.
And it was like, so I guess we should have a talk. All right. You're going to go talk to him so that he don't blow up on me.
Yeah.
Because you can handle the blow up.
But she can't.
But I can't handle the blow up. And you shouldn't have done the crime.
Right.
If you couldn't handle the time.
I think it's better if Madison was there.
Mm-hmm. It should have been a 4-person sit down.
It should have been. Because 4 people were involved.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been 4 people. But if you was, I think Madison should have told Allan. And David telling Allan is a sign that she was unsure how Allan was going to react.
And they said Allan woke up the entire house.
Yeah.
Like.
You saw it.
No. But I'm saying like they was, Thomas and Camille was like, they was sleeping. Camille was like, I jumped up.
I heard a bang. Then I heard another bang. And I said, bang.
You should probably see what's going on out there.
Right. Like, I'm scared too.
He like, let me put on some clothes.
Yeah, let me see what's going on.
No,
the conversation between them.
It should have been the 4 of them.
Yeah.
Although I get it because they're feeling like Michelle doesn't have the right to be informed because her feelings not going to be hurt over it.
Right.
But it's like, let us tell Allan because he does feel a way. Or he's going to feel a way about it because he does like her. And he's trying to forge a relationship with her. And she's just not being reciprocal in that.
Yeah.
But basically, Madison and Michelle are the same person in their relationships. Madison is just doing a better job of disguising her. I don't like you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why they don't feel like they owe Michelle anything because you didn't like him anyways.
Yeah. And I find it to be interesting too that it's like I don't know how to say it without sounding stupid, but it's like Madison is the pretty girl and Allan is the nerdy guy who studies with her. Likes her and everything like that, but that's his way in is studying with her. And then just a football player comes over and, sweeps her off her feet by just...
And it's going to break her heart and her back.
Yeah. But that's the way it feels. And you're looking at the situation like, who's the better pick, though?
I ain't going to lie to you. If it were me, I would have hollered at Allan.
Like it just
like he seems like a fun person.
Yeah.
He obviously got his stuff together because like he got somewhere to live for real.
David does too.
And I mean, it's one of those things where you could be in transition, but also biggest thing is Allan don't be lying.
That's the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing is he don't lie.
But
at least not about this trivial
I
stuff.
also feel like, because I don't want to poop on David, right?
He's just a liar.
I think David was wrong in the situation of not being truthful about everything. When you saw that you and her started having feelings for each other, one of y'all should have said, "Nah, I'm cool. Let me step back for a minute, and let this thing run its course." Or
do a thing. Yeah. 8 weeks. They literally only had 8 weeks to not touch each other.
But it's a thing of like I think what everybody, like people in our comments and a lot of people try to say is it's a bro code. Like, but two things what's wrong with that bro code is David and Allan just met each other when he met Madison.
They met each other like a week before.
Yeah. So he knew David a little bit longer, or Allan a little bit longer, but they formed this relationship like.
But Allan thought that they did.
Allan thought that they did, but he was like, "Man, I like your girl." And it's not a bond like you and your girl. Like
the girls always bond more than the guys do.
Yeah,
like always. Every season of Married at First Sight.
This season is the first season I didn't see the guys bond like they usually do.
But I'm saying like the girls be tight.
Yeah,
at the end.
Yeah, and
even now they all just went out to celebrate. I don't remember whose birthday it was, but noticeably missing was Madison.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't fool with Madison either.
I wouldn't either.
Like, cause she, like you didn't do right when it came to this whole thing. Because when you notice that you're starting to have feelings for somebody, you have to pull that back because you're in a relation, you're in a marriage. But both of them didn't stop at the stop sign. So it's like, okay, y'all didn't do this. Then you tell your spouses.
The interesting thing is, at this point now, everything that Allan said about her is fully true. Like, you're a good time girl.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think that about you now. I'm like, he thinks worse about you now.
Oh, he thinks worse. And then the thing about it is, after Allan found out,
he said, this.
But he called her B. And that's when Juan was like, wait, we still gonna be respectful. Hold on, Juan. She just did. She was. Like, in that instance, that was warranted.
Female dog.
That was warranted.
Now, I get it. You're saying he should not have called her that. Okay, cool. But nobody's going in the house and telling her to be respectful. What's funny is she was like, does he want to talk to me? And he was like, she better not be in that room. And when he threw that cup and kicked something, she was like, okay, no.
Right. Walked on in the bathroom. Man, but it's like, I think it was cowardice of her to not say something to him. Because at this point, they still haven't talked.
Because he packed up his bag and he left.
Yeah.
And production took him back to his apartment. And then...
Oh, they went to his apartment.
Yeah, they took him back to his apartment. And then, I don't know if it's his apartment or the neutral apartment. Whatever. Production took him back.
I'd be done with
well, his car was still there.
I'm saying, like, I'd get my car. But if I was Allan, I would be like, take me back to my house.
Well, his stuff is still there. Because remember,
man, I'm going to come get that. I'm going to come get that stuff. I'm going to get my dog. I'm going to come get that stuff tomorrow. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we don't know where. He was like, I just got to get back to my dog.
Right. Because he knows his dog loves him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for me. Emem came out and consoled him. Juan came out. We saw Thomas come to him, give him a hug before he left. Camile gave him a hug. Everybody in the house gave him a hug. Michelle, here come Michelle saying, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Michelle, shut up. That's like, literally, I wanted to tell her that because it's like, because you could not find any satisfaction in the answer, or even just find a better way of finding out your answer.
Yeah.
You had to ruin it for him, which it was already going to be a ruin.
Do you think this would have gone differently for him? And I guess this could probably be our question for today too. Do you think this would have gone differently for him had none of this played out at the retreat? Like the biggest, craziest moment at the retreat was Ikechi showing up. They get back home. They get to decision day. He says yes on decision day. She says no on decision day. And then he finds out that her and David are talking.
I think he receives it better at the reunion. Like finding out, oh, they was talking and they had been talking. Mm-hmm. Because now he puts a Y to, the no. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I can, but you've moved on. Mm-hmm. But finding out from the dude that you supposed to be talking to, that y'all are talking, after you could have had plenty of time, after we're seeing like, hey, so they're in this thing together, but she obviously don't like him and not trying to like him. And you had all this opportunity to say, well, this is what's going on. Or even pull the experts to the side.
I think that the whole thing is that specifically for Madison, she has been lying this entire time to 4 people's faces. Because she's lying to Allan. Mm-hmm. She's lying to Dr. Pia. She's lying to Dr. Pepper. She's lying to Pastor Cal. And she's doing all this lying to say, no, I really do like him. Like, I want to see how this works out. And the whole time, you were here taking back shots from David?
Not back shots. Right. Oh, that's terrible, man. I just feel bad for Allan, man. I really do. My heart goes out to him because it's already a tricky situation when you allow somebody else to choose your partner, and now you have to be put in a situation with a person that you really don't know, but then you have 8 weeks to get to know this person, and then you have to make a decision. Mm-hmm. But you have to be vulnerable. You have to be open. You have to do all these things that most people build up to.
Yeah.
But you have to do it immediately because you want to give that 8 weeks the best shot that you can do. And he does that, but she doesn't do that same because her attention is towards somebody else. That's like she could be sitting there talking to him, but thinking about David. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's completely unfair to him. But then it's like, dog, why couldn't you be woman enough to say, hey, this is what's going on? You don't know him like that.
Right.
That's the thing.
And it's really easy to break somebody's heart that you don't know.
Oh my God. Yes.
So easy.
The easiest.
Easiest thing I could do. No, I don't like you.
No, I'm not feeling you, but I am feeling David. And David the same way. Mm-hmm. I don't want to kind of excuse him, but his situation was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. I feel like. I don't feel like he should have lied about the situation, but I do feel like what he did, like him finding interest in another woman, I could see that coming.
Yeah.
It's just, at this point, you doing it at the expense of Allan, where you should have been man enough to say, hey, finish what you got going on over there, and then we'll talk later about it, and leave it at that. You have to stop going out with her. You have to stop working out with her and stuff like that. But, I mean, you still in the same friend group. Mm-hmm. So it's not like y'all will never contact each other.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing for me. But if it was just somebody else that was a single, that was available, yeah, I could see that happening.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is wild. So I'm interested to see the next few episodes. So
yeah. I will say, usually by the retreat, I'd be like, oh my God, get this season over with.
Yeah.
And this time around, and I absolutely hate that it's at Allan's expense, but I'm like, well, I want to see what's next.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, I definitely want to see this conversation that David and Madison are going to have with the experts.
I do too. I want to see what...
Look, in the words of my kid, specifically, Dr. Pia.
Yeah.
Because she be looking like...
Dr. Pia be saying more. I want to see what Dr. Pepper has to say.
Yeah.
But Dr. Pepper ain't been on the season that much.
Dr. Pepper look like she tired. She at the end of this contract.
Look, this ain't working the way that we thought it was going to work. But anyway, man, that's all I got, man.
All right. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below. Do you think that this would have gone differently if they had all made it to decision day, and then after either at decision day or after decision day, Allan found out about Madison and David? Did I word that correctly?
Probably. Maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
We'll see y'all
Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. No, Saturday. Mm-hmm. All right. Bye, y'all.
Oh, check out the Black History Facts too.
Oh, yeah.
All month.
Yep.
We're doing our thing. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.